What's good? What's good? Alright, so, this will be another Asta What If, guys. You know, like, another Asta What If, bruh. I talked about it in my last video. I don't know what part it was. I'll be posting this part 1 even before I release part 2 and part 3 of What If Asta was the reincarnation of Itachi. So, yeah, I've already made those parts. I'm just waiting until, like, a good point where I get like enough views on the first part. So I was like, because I realized I'm gonna drop all the fucking parts at once. The first part, I mean, like, I like when that happens to me because I can binge watch the fucking videos, especially if they're like an hour long. I go like, boom, that's like fucking 5 hours of my day. So yeah, this is gonna be, well, just the first part of this what if Asta had ice magic. I talked about it in one of the parts, I don't know which one, but yeah. So yeah, the Asta's gonna have ice magic in this one. In the video, so basically, magic, it's the soul of a person, right? So with he kind of goes with the flow, right? Because he has wind magic. He's just carried along everywhere and just fucking, he just chillax with it. But at some point, if he wants to fucking make his own breeze and just make his own fucking thing happen, boom, it's like a gust of wind, right? You get it, and I'm like, Noelle, she's water magic, so she fits like fucking everything, blah blah blah. She's water magic and she sucks at it. No. So yeah. I mean, like, yeah, so usually like the magic has to, like, it also does something to the personality of somebody. Um so yeah. This one Asta, he's just gonna look really cold, right? He's gonna look like, bro, don't fuck with that dude. He fuck your shit up. But no, he just Asta, just Asta, just trying to be chill, just being himself and all that. But since he has ice magic, it makes him look like, well, a crazy dude. So he's like, yeah, just stay away from that fucking guy. He's scary. So yeah, yeah. So fucking Asta, he's just have ice magic in this one. He's gonna look like the character in the photo, and that's what he's gonna look like. So yeah, with that, let me see. Um, so Asta's gonna look like he is in this photo, because like this is gonna be Asta from the photo. I watched this video. If it was the if it Tandro and his like group of in Demon Slayer switched with the other Horizons, right? So if it's like, so Tandro's position switched with fucking the Flame Pillar, I forgot his name. So when they did that, when they redrew Asta when he was like a lot older, they still had him lose his eye. So they had the part of his mask he got from fucking Kodaki, not Asta, Tandra's teacher. So in that photo, in the video, they had Asta's left eye was covered by the part of the mask. I'm gonna do that as well for Tandra's eye was covered by the part of the mask, not Asta's. If I said Asta, so yeah. So yeah, with now, so for that, yes, pretty much that with that. Um, so basically, how it happened, basically, it was when first unlocked his magic and all that. Since has a shit ton of magic, I see that magic people who have a lot of magic and powerful mana and magic type. I see that it could be a possibility that someone could get hurt from the release of and unlocking of the magic. I can see that happening. Definitely can see it happening. So I say that basically when and let's say and Asta are basically playing around a tree, right? Was basically a lot like he got up on the tree but he started crying because was a baby back then, and he cried baby. Asta, he looked very cold and stuff, but everybody knew in the church that that's just how he looks. He looks very cold all the time and stuff like that. Um, Doing so, got very scared and high emotion. In such high emotion stuff, you unlock either your mana, right? Or you hit that right age where you start manipulating the magic within your body. So with the high emotion running through his body right now, because he's scared as shit because of heights, and then being a crybaby, he released all that emotion welled up inside of him. Doing so unlocked the magic, his wind magic inside of him. They're around the age of like 5 right now, so I could definitely see this happening. Bro, I was a monkskin. I was running around fucking barefooted and stuff at my old house. So, like shirt off, barefoot, little mohawk, bro. I swear to God. Yeah. So Asta was basically like trying to like calm down, because he knows like he knows that is a little baby. Like, bro, there's no doubting that. Could be a big old baby. So he's trying to calm him down and help his brother out, right? So doing so, he calmed him down a bit, but it was a little too late. The branch started. I know, like when you're 5 and 6, you're light as fuck, but at the same time, they're on like a really thin branch, and let's say it was windy out as well, so like the branch started moving up and down and stuff, and got even more scary. He's like, "Fuck, I'm gonna die," basically. And with that, unlocked his magic. Unlocking his magic and stuff, he used the wind pressure of unlocking his magic because it's wind magic, right? Doing so, he of course broke a piece off of the branch. Um, Asta was still trying to help him, but didn't really notice the branch because he's 5 years old. He's not like some trained military dude that could just fucking see everything, right? No, he's a fucking kid, so he couldn't like dodge it because wind, of course, enhanced it and all that, and it stabbed right into his eye, going out of the back, the side of his head as well. Looked like the dude was dead, but it barely missed his brain, so he was chilling. But they took a lot of time and a lot of healing to get that over with. For one, that changed 100%. He's never seen anybody hurt like this ever, and they bring his best friend and brother at the orphanage. Yeah, that doesn't help. For one change, he wants to get control of his magic, but he doesn't already know that he already has huge reserves of mana, and also he is since he is we all know, spoiler alert by the way, that is a royal. This could be a spoiler alert. He's the prince of the Spade Kingdom. If you guys have not read the manga, I don't know if it's out for anime yet, because I know their animes are really caught up with manga. They're like 5 or 6, like with the episodes and all that. They're like 5 or 6 behind. If it was like chapters wise, yeah. So they're pretty close to being really being 100% caught up with manga. But since they are stopping the making of episodes, since they caught up so fast to the manga, so yeah. With that, so he's is known as a prodigy in the 4-leaf clover and all that. Means he's gonna have almost absolute control of his mana. He's gonna be basically it's gonna allow him to want to have more control over his mana, so he doesn't hurt people he loves. So with that, he is of course gonna have even greater control over his mana. So it's a little effect that makes stronger. But afterwards, 1 second, I need to get drinking my coffee. So yeah, afterwards, let's see. Yeah, afterwards, Of course, was in bedridden for a while. The church, the orphanage, had to pay. They didn't really have to pay because it was one of the people that were very nice to, of course, all the kids and stuff like that had healing magic. Let's say it was actually, I forgot what the dude's name is, but it was one of the personal healers, one of the really good mages, healing mages that works at the Wizard King. He had I think the bubble magic, was it? I think it was bubble magic or something like that. Um, if you know, like we've seen him before, he was the one that tried to heal Asta's arms and stuff when he got his arms cursed in canon. So he was just basically he heard about the demon school, and he wanted to go check it out. That was in the time, of course, when Asta got his eye destroyed and part of his head destroyed from the branch. Yeah. So with that, he of course healed Asta, and well, there's nothing he could really do by he can't restore the eye or anything like that, which he told them. He was, of course, Sister Lily was already there at the time. So yeah. So Asta, of course, had a bandage over his face for a long time and all that. Only half, like a quarter of his face. Like, basically imagine just the bandage was exactly how fucking Kakashi wears his headband over his left eye, right? That's basically how the bandage was all set up like that, wrapped around his head, wrapped around his eye. So the gaping hole that's in his face right now doesn't get anything inside of it, really. His eye is there, but it's absolutely destroyed. It's like a quarter of an eye left. They're gonna take it out at some point when like all the optical nerves and stuff they still grow and stuff and all like that, and everything, all the nerves, because they are gonna wait till majority that's done growing to take the rest of the eye out. They don't want to mess with Asta's head and then just fucking mess him up even more. So they're gonna do that there and stuff like that, but. I don't know anything about fucking medical stuff, so I'm just whimming. This is all like fucking on a. I'm just throwing this out, bro. I don't know anything about this shit. I'm just going with it. So yeah. So Asta, of course, he never thought, he never like held a grudge against of course, because it's his brother and best friend. So always thought they were basically they there was this tension that had against, like, for Asta. There's tension between them all times. Asta, he didn't mind that, he didn't care that accidentally hurt him. It was something that happened. You can't change it because it's already happened. So he got over the whole thing with his eye getting destroyed, and well, he could just adapt to not having it. At the point he got his magic unlocked as well, but he had little control of it. So all you could do is, when sometimes he had sporadic emotions or something like that, everything would start freezing around him. So of course this is the point where he started having to get rid of all this emotion that he always would have, and then boom, then now as Asta, it looks fully like he's the coldest person in the world. So yeah. During these times and stuff like that, during the times of their younger age and all that, of course, trained a lot. Asta, he trained as well. He still does his body training because he knows that if he wants to be a wizard knight, bro, my dumbass, a magic knight, he's gonna have to, of course, train his body. You can't just have straight magical power and all that. You're gonna have to have something else. What if if you run out of mana and all you have is your physical body left? You haven't worked on your physical body in ever, so how's that gonna work for you, huh? So Asta, he's smart in this one as well, so he of course does a smarter workout. He doesn't do what fucking Asta did in what Asta did in canon. He actually worked certain parts of his body that is actually good for your body, like so, and they help the best, right? There is some muscles that are like, yeah, what the fuck's the point of doing that, right? So with Asta, of course, he was like, he trained, of course, all his muscles, of course, but he worked on other ones that are more important to the body, that are more important and stuff. So he worked on that stuff, worked on different parts of his muscles and stuff. Afterwards, of course, Asta, well, yeah. At this point, Asta has gotten really used to not having his eye. It's been about 2 years and all. They're around the age of, well, 7 now, 5 in 2 years, 7. Big mass out here, bro. It's good. So afterwards, Asta of, yeah. Um, Asta has this thing that he doesn't like is the way he looks. He's always like told like Sister Lily and like the father of the church, which I don't remember his name or anything like that people are always like, oh, getting away from him. He always looks cold and like he's really mean, right? So of course he doesn't like that. He doesn't like how he looks because of that reason and all that. So during the time, he's always wanted to cover up his face, and well, he wears, of course, one of his shirts. He has a shirt and all that, a black shirt, and he also wears a, well, like a grayish hoodie. So usually when he was going around town, he wears his hood up, so people don't really, notice him. By I mean town, I mean Hodge Village. Yeah. Everybody there knows about Asta's incident with Yuno and all that. Asta, of course, is looked at as a weirdo of the whole village, as he was in canon. Yuno is looked at as the golden boy and stuff like that because his great mana power. Since Asta has these sporadic emotions, well, kind of used to, with his mana power just going out of control, and then him freezing a bunch of stuff. People have think like he's probably cursed or something like that. People are stupid. They are. Many people are dumb in this world. He's just something you can't change. I might think people are stupid and then stuff like that, and other people might think I'm stupid. So it's just a whole cycle, really, right? So there's nothing you can really do about it, unless you like change your mind, of course. But yeah, there's nothing you can really do about that. So, to continue on with this, Asta, during one of his, him and Yuno have the same birthday because that's when they were found at the church. So, yeah, they don't actually know what their real birthdays is and stuff like that. So, with that, during, Asta's 8th birthday, him and Yuno's 8th birthday, Asta got one thing. It was this mask. It was the Kitsune mask, the fox mask. Since Asta has ice magic, they made it blue this time. So Asta has this mask that he actually usually he puts over the right. He puts on like it is right now, for now. But yeah. So with afterwards and all that, fuck, I messed up on this fucking drift. Okay, so afterwards and all that, with Asta continues training and having this mask now, he's just looked as a weirdo because he carries around a mask. But yeah, nobody's actually really seen what Asta's eye looks like unless you were the medics or uh, either the medics or people that are helping Asta control the bleeding and all that, right? So basically, Sister Lily, the father, of course, he was fucking terrified because he might have just killed his brother, right? And the one healing mage that was near, right? So yeah. continuing on with this, I say they hit the age of, well, around 12. Asta's still training his body. His body type is different in this one. People are born with different bodies and the way their body works. See, with like my build in real life, like how my body is built, like I'll be like I'm more like so when I gain muscle and stuff, I get bigger. I'm not lean or anything like that. I just get really big. So some people, of course, when they work really hard, just as hard as bodybuilders sometimes, over the time, yeah, they get bigger muscles and all that, but usually they start out being really compact and thin, right? So it looks like they haven't worked out at all, but really they're just fucking ripped underneath. So, yeah. So, continuing on, so yeah, Asta's body in this one, he is more, let's say his bodies are more meant for speed. I've done that in many Naruto what-ifs where it's like some people's bodies are meant more for power and others are meant for speed. Asta is being more of a leaner build than he was in canon. Um, well, yeah, he of course is. He is more of a speed type in this one then. So he looks as he's basically almost as thin as is, but he of course has muscle instead. So with that, basically during the time of his training, he trained his mana as well, and he got really used to controlling in the field of his ice magic. Um, but one of the days during his training, of course, he messed up and well, yeah, he lost control of his mana again. But during that, caused his mask to break. Sadly, a piece of it broke in the corner of it where his left eye would actually be. So Asta was like, "Oh, damn it! I messed up my mask. I mean, wait a minute. Can I just do this?" As he basically picks up the piece that's broken and well puts the piece over his left eye and it covers like the left side of his forehead and covers his eye. But doing so, he actually used his ice magic and will froze it onto his face. As Asta goes, I don't think that's a really great idea, but at least it won't fall off anymore. So now he always carries around the other broken piece of his mask, but he only has his left eye covered at all times now. Even like he cannot come off unless he undoes the ice magic he's already done to it. So, so if you're wondering what it looks like, no, it looks like, so basically, if you like your own face, right? So basically, the mask broke until so if you put on like if you would imagine yourself putting on the fox mask in the photo. So basically, it broke to where like it's the middle of your forehead all the way down, going down to your nose underneath your eye, all the way down to like your the the fuck, I forgot what it's called. So it goes all the way down to the top of your ear where it's connected to your head and stuff right there. So it's right there. It connects all the way up to that. And that's where the mask is all there. But that's only on those left sides. So that's all because that all got fucked up during the incident that happened, right? So that's basically all the mask is. That piece of the mask is basically frozen onto Asta's face, and yeah. Um, Basically he would go back to the church and well, they would find and they would see Asta with the mask, one part of the mask on, and it's basically Sister Lily goes, "What happened?" As basically he goes, "I accidentally broke my mask, but I froze it onto my, I basically put it on over my eye, so it should be fine still." And she goes, "Okay, that's fine." So, um, yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to do with that little backstory, I guess. So we would basically go to the age of 15. Asta, of course, his hair has been changing during the time as his hair is becoming basically snow white. Really, his last eye, he has become really like a white. His eyes become almost white. It's really, it looks like ice basically. Um, so yeah, he's a bit shorter than Of course, he wears a hoodie. He has a hoodie and a hoodie with just a gray hoodie, and then he has of course black pants and then his shoes, whatever they fucking look like. I don't know. Okay, just look at Vans, just Vans, right? They look like Vans. Yeah, okay. I, I like Vans. They're my favorite shoes. They're like the only shoes I ever wear are Vans. So, I mean, I do wear some Jordans, but at the same time, like, like, eh, I don't really like wearing them that much. But I like the Vans better. So yeah, Asta, he's all chilling and stuff. I forgot to mention Asta does have a pendant in this one. There is a royal family that actually works with ice magic, but they are all dead. But the riches and all that are still there. The last name of him is actually Frost. How coincidence, right? I'm just unoriginal, okay? Don't fucking judge me. Um, So he actually has a pendant with a snowflake in it, being from the Frost family. Of course, he was like the next heir of it. There's some part of his family that are still alive, but of course, actually, let's do this instead. They are still alive, but they think Ostas was, of course, the next heir of the Frost family and stuff like that. But otherwise, people are greedy, and if Asta would come back, they would probably try to kill him, because that means they would lose all that power they just gained in the Frost family, and they'd be like, "No, I need my power." So, they would deny all facts of Asta actually being family, besides, of course, the actual mother and father, but they are, really sick and in a coma, of course. Always have to have that dramatic effect to it, always have to have it. So it's always going to be at some point later in the future, he's going to get his stuff back, fuck. I fucked up 100, bro, I swear to God. So back to the thing. Asta, of course, he doesn't know his last name, and neither does I don't even remember what Yuno's real last name is. Um, it might just be Spade, honestly, like Spade Kingdom, King and Queen. Like they last name should probably be Spade, right? Because I mean the Clover Kingdom's king. His last name is Clover, right? So I don't see why not. So back with it, Asta, so basically him and would basically go get the grimoires and stuff like that. Of course, getting his four leaf because is and there's no changing that unless you really want to change it. But then yeah. So with that, Asta, him and basically be there during this time. They've already made up and stuff like that. Finally realized that Asta never really like held a grudge against him. It's just how he looks. So he kind of figured that after a while, and then him and I'll say started hanging out more, right? So basically, too that like half like the height he's at is like at nose. That's how tall he is to nose. So he's pretty decently tall. He's not some short midget as he was in Canyon. So no offense to short people out there. I don't want to be rude or anything like that, bruv. So yeah, So, what the fuck? I just put my hands together. It made a noise. Ow. So, there'll be basically they'll be standing there. Of course, there'll be some nobles like, hey, fucking dumbass bitches, commoners, commoners, right? So there'll be, of course, be those type of people still there because that's just nobles. There's no changing nobles because they're just a bunch of ass hats that think they're better than everybody else. So, yeah, Asta, yeah, he of course is like, he's basically sitting there with he's like, he's like, I wonder what type of book we'll get. I know we'll get like wind or ice books, but I wonder if anybody would ever get a 4-leaf today. So it's like, yeah, that'd be kind of cool actually. So they're like, oh, I wonder if someone would get a 4-leaf. I'm not giving Asta a 4-leaf because if you haven't noticed, he has shit luck. Because look at his eye now. So he would get a 3-leaf, of course. I might just give him a 4-leaf. He's just the unluckiest 4 clover in the world. um, no, I would still give him a 4-leaf. It was just an incident that happened between two souls that were gonna have a 4-leaf anyway. So it's like, yeah, it's good. It's good to you. So basically, the first book, everybody started getting books as the guys like, our start the ceremony was good. So basically, they started getting their books and all that, and yeah. So Asta was just watching as all the books were coming down. As he put his hand out, it's like, I could definitely feel it coming. It's like, it's pretty cold, ain't gonna lie. As it's like, has gotten his book, and then Asta's like, wow, fucking 4-leaf. And what a coincidence, right? Because, as it's like, damn, I got a 4-leaf, right? I just hope fucking Asta gets one, right? So basically, um, he was like really like, so he was kind of surprised actually. He was like, I got a 4-leaf, bro? Imagine. And afterwards, Asta, is just waiting for Asta at this point. He's like, bro, what the fuck's your book coming at? As basically they're waiting for his book to come down, and being such, let's say there's levels to it. There's levels to the power of the mage, right? And they call it the big old tower. So there's basically each level is like another level of the power of the magic's gonna be. Basically, Asa is very high up in the tower. His book was very high up in the tower. Yuno's was about a couple like middle of the tower. So yeah. Um, So with that Asta, of course, he was still waiting there. He's like, God damn it, where the fuck's my book at, right? As start feeling like the whole area starts getting a little bit colder. He's like, great, here we go. He was like, hey, Asta, do you mind if you calm down a bit? I don't want everybody freezing here. He goes, what do you mean? I'm perfectly fine. I'm just waiting for my book. He goes, really? He goes, yeah. I'm not getting angry or anything like that. So as just like, could it just be that your grimoire is really cold? He goes, maybe. Unless there's another mage here that has ice magic, of course, but I've never really heard of any ice users. I think there's only one ice user, by the way, and that was the dude who killed himself in canon at the one village. So yeah, with that, Asta, of course, is like, finally, as it's basically very bright, color. It's very bright, um, very blue color. It's like, oh wow, this looks like an icy blue. So that's what it really looks like. So the book would fall in Asta's hand, having a pattern of this weird little pattern of lines. As Asta is like, oh, it looks like my magic, really. So basically, when Asta makes ice magic, the ice has these weird kind of lines in it, right? These these layers of ice that are made that have these lines and stuff like that. The pattern of the book has these lines all over the book, and well, it's gold. It has the gold plating and stuff like that. Like on Yuno's book, where it's like the outside, the writing on the outside of the book has these, get it, so it has these, gold writing. It's Asta has the same thing, but actually to switch it, Asta's actually it's more of a white. It's more a lot brighter white of a silver and stuff instead, and it is a 4-leaf. So Kino's like, shit, another 4-leaf. Fuck, here we go. As Asta instantly looks at his books and goes, "This is gonna bring a lot of unwanted attention." He thinks. So he's like, "Yeah, here we go." So hold up, give me a second. I had to get another drink of my coffee. I don't think you guys want me. You guys don't want to listen to me slurp up my coffee, so yeah. So basically, the chain mage would come next, right? As Asta's like, yeah, it was basically he would stay behind to go talk to the. He of course he also went to go talk to the old wizard that was the old mage that was sitting that works at the tower, right? We're gonna go with their conversation first. So basically, Asta would basically go to the guy, as he goes, don't know the dude's name. He's like a old wizard dude. As he goes, yeah, it was good. That's not what he actually says. I'm just being lazy with the conversation. Also was like, as he goes, do you think my magic can accidentally do something to my eye? He goes, what do you mean? He goes, this might gross you out a bit, but when I was younger, the other kid that got the 4-leaf grimoire, right? He goes, He goes, yes. He goes, he, me and him are, well, brothers. We're orphans and stuff like that, and when we were younger, we were playing. Of course, he had a lot of motion when he was younger, and stuff. So when we were playing on a tree and stuff, and then he got really scared, and then the wind started picking up and stuff like that, and then he unlocked his mana magic, which is wind magic. One of the branches broke, and he accidentally hit it with his wind magic, which enhanced it. And he goes, and then it kind of stabbed through my head. As he goes, may I see? I guess. As Asta goes, it's pretty nasty. As Asta would start taking off the piece of the mask that's always on his face, right? As you basically hear like the breaking of the ice and stuff like that, as he just right, and he's like as basically the first thought the old mage was like he welded it on with his ice mana. That's kind of a good idea, but I can see why he's asking why it could mess with his eye. As he looks at it, he goes, there could be a possible chance that the pure mana that you, of course, us people absorb, it having always mana running onto it since you weld it with your ice magic, there could be like a side effect of something that would try to evolve your eye to something. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm just going on a hunch here. So don't just going around adding more mana to it. Just do what you've been doing now. So of course nothing gets into your head right there, right? Also goes, yeah, sure thing, old mage dude. As he goes, all right, good. He goes, well, it's amazing to see it's amazing and a miracle to see two 4-leaf clovers this year. In my life in general. Actually, I'm gonna say this guy has a certain type of magic. It's his magic, let's say, expands his life. So he's been living for about like 300 years now. So also he goes, I've only seen 3 4-leaf clovers ever brought in from this tower. Austin goes, really? He goes, besides, I'm guessing 2 of them is me and my brother, right? He goes, yes. He goes, who's the other one then? He goes, the first wizard king. Austin goes, wait, that was like 300 years ago. He goes, that was like 300 years ago. What the hell? As he goes, because that's my magic. That's my magic. See, I live even longer because my magic keeps me alive like that. He goes, so you're basically immortal, right? He goes, pretty much. He goes, pretty broken, ain't gonna lie. He goes, well, do you mind if I come back anytime to get information I need and help with magic for me? He goes, sure thing. Also goes, thank you. Then I'll be on my way. We need to get back to the church and back to Hodge Village. He goes, sure thing. As with Asta, of course, I'm doing this because I would want Asta to become. I know I want Asta to be strong. He is going to be strong. He has a really strong type of magic, right? So I want Asta to learn more of the first Wizard King and all sorts of stuff like that, right? So this guy, of course, has a vast knowledge of mana and stuff like that. So Asta learning from techniques and stuff from this guy, I would 100% think he'd become a very powerful mage. This guy being very old, seeing so many grimoires and so many magic types, he would know a lot about the magic. Even the Wizard King would come to this guy a couple times and be like, yo, can I see your magic and shit like that? So, yeah, it's, um, bro, my nose is stuffy again, fuck. So yeah. Tired. Alright, so yeah, Asta was like, he goes, thank you, and basically he would go home. He would basically go back to they would basically go back to the church. During the time, of course, was attacked by the chain mage. He was like, give me your body, kid." No, so that's big thing about it. The chain mage is really just a knockoff version of the sludge villain from My Hero Academia. Like, give me your book, kid. Give me your body, kid. So yeah, don't mind me. I'm just being stupid. So yeah, so yeah, back with so basically, it was like, damn, like I might die here. That's cool. Um, so yeah, he was like, damn, I wish Asta was here. He'd probably help a lot. And basically, Asta like being having such high mana and all sorts. Of course, he would feel this disturbance from his mana. He's like, what the fuck is happening? Is this dude like fighting someone or something? Like it could just be a bunch of stuck up nobles actually not accepting the part where he's better than them, but it could be something else. As he goes, I would go check on him. Yeah, so basically, Asta's like, yeah, I'm gonna go check on him. I'll just go over there. So basically, of course, he's like, oh, fuck, I might honestly die here. That's okay, whatever. And yeah. So basically, afterwards, Asta would show up, and she's like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, you're the kid with the four leaf, aren't you? Asta goes, yeah, what about it? I'm guessing you want our books, because you look like a weirdo, and you probably want our books to get money, right? Just precisely. Now give me your book or your friend dies. Asta goes, yeah, here, take it. And Yuna goes, why? Asta goes, he goes, at least you're understandable, kid. Asta goes, yeah, whatever. Now hurry up and get out of here. I feel like dealing with weirdos like you. He goes, whatever. So basically, so afterwards, Asta, of course, is like, alright, cool, was good. And he basically, the chain mage was like, the chain mage was, well, hmm. I'm messing with something right now. Give me a second. So yeah, Chain Mage, of course, he's like, thank you. But then, of course, he's like, I can't. If you kill someone, their book starts fading and shit like that. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait a second. Um, so of course he. So okay, so basically after the guy would take their take the two grimoires, and then he would basically bind them up in their chains. Well, Asta, of course, oh, my fucking phone fell over. So yeah, Asta, of course, he basically was like, just fucking leave us alone. We're not gonna chase after you or anything like that. And the guy's like, bet, alright, well, fucking easy pickings, bro. This would be a lot of money I'm about to make, right? So, um, so Asta, of course, was like, hey, just fucking hurry up and get out of here. As the guy is like, at least you know your place. So afterwards, the guy would start walking away, thinking he's all badass, right? And he feels like the tempers start dropping. He goes, it must be getting colder. It is getting later, I guess. But with Asta, he's summoning his magic. He's fucking using his magic right now. He, of course, is like, yeah, fucker, you ain't getting our shit. You're gonna fucking, you might even die from this, he thinks. So yeah, Asta would basically use his mana as around him on the ground is freezing, as a part of his face is freezing a tad bit as well. If you've seen My Hero Academia, and whenever Todoroki uses too much of his ice, it starts freezing over on his body. That's basically happening to Asta right now. But it's not a drawback or anything like that. It just makes him look more cool. That's basically what it does. You ain't gonna lie, but it does look pretty cool. So yeah, Asta was like, he goes, sorry, buddy, but we're gonna need those back. We're going to the position of Wizard King. So this is a little test to test my magic. I never knew how strong it really was, but let's see. As the guy was like, huh, what are you talking about, huh? Goes, what do you mean? As he goes, what the hell are you blabbing about back there? Also goes, this. As basically, Asta, he would send out a pretty decent size ice blast towards him from just his feet. Because, that's cool. As basically Asta just goes, as the guy's basically frozen in it, he goes, what the fuck? As Asta would basically walk over to him, he's talking to him, like, you really think that we would give up our grimoires that we've been wanting for all our lives? We've been waiting for the day so we could get our grimoires and actually find a spot that we are basically wanted forever. We were trying to become the Wizard King. Are you really that stupid to think that we would give up that dream just because you told us that you one of our grimoires? Yeah, buddy. Think twice. As he's basically reaching through the ice, his hand's just going through the ice like it was nothing. It's like it's not even there. As he basically grabs the two grimoires out of the guy's pouch and goes, "Don't worry, I've already sent someone over here, some magic knights over here, anyways." There's already called for some people to get rid of you anyways, because, well, you are a nuisance, and from what I could tell, you're a criminal that probably used to be a magic knight. With that type of magic, it would be very good, versatile and useful for the magic knights. Because, well, see you later. Alright? See you later, dude. I don't know who the hell you are, but I don't really care either. As basically, he would hand his grimoire, and then Asta would take his and put them in his pouch. He goes, oh, that was pretty simple. As Yuna goes, why did you make that look so fucking cool, bro? He goes, because, I don't know, just felt like it. As basically, Yuna's like, He goes, that was really cool though, I ain't gonna lie, but he goes, thanks for taking my grimoire back. He goes, "Yep, no problem." He goes, "Doofuses like him are pretty easy to manipulate if you get it right." As Yuno's like, okay. As afterwards, Asta's like, He goes, "Let's go hunting first." He goes, "Hunting?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, How do you think I came back to the church many times with meat? I went hunting with my ice magic, and if I use my ice magic to, keep the meat cold, it doesn't go bad or anything like that. We have like a little feast because we got our grimoires. A little celebration. And also, meat is very helpful with the body. As he also, goes, okay, where do we go though? That's basically, they would basically go to a forest and they would go hunting, actually catching a deer or two, and they're like, oh, well, looks like we got dinner. And yeah, so basically they would have their feast that night with actually Asta cooking the food. During his whole training, Asta found that eating meat, and after a workout actually helps a lot with his muscles. So he's like, ah, cool. And of course, he eats a lot of plants as well, vegetables, plants, and stuff like that. Asta has very vast knowledge becoming when it comes to the body. Of course, it's just how he is. So with Asta and stuff like that, he of course as well. They would be like a 6 months, right? So 6 months of pure training for Yuno and Asta. Yuno's actually wanted to ask many times about the body training that Asta does. Of course, Asta told him and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, so this is how like I work out and all that, and this is what the nutrition, like how the food here actually helps your body. Your body's gonna need these, and if you don't really eat as much of these, the right amount and stuff like that, your body could get messed up because you're not eating enough of this stuff, and then your muscles won't develop better. It's basically, he tried working out, but it just didn't work out for him. He's like, yeah, I can't fucking do this, bro. Your workout regimen is way too difficult. As Austin goes, you're a baby, win. As goes, no, I'm not. As Austin goes, you are, but we'll talk about some other time. So basically, that was about 3 months in, and did keep up, but during the time he kind of got used to it, but it kept on getting worse because Asta was actually doing his full workout with this time, and was trying to keep up because he didn't want to lose to his rival, right, or his rival / brother. Okay, afterwards, Asta was like, basically Asta would basically so basically 6 months would be up, right? And also basically him and also basically start heading to the capital at this point after having another feast that night. Asta actually gave in each of the other orphan and children that is their like younger siblings, right? To them, to Asta and stuff. They're his younger siblings to him, and their young siblings to him, and and that's yeah. Asta gave all of them a toy, and they told them each the toy, the toy would never melt. But another thing, it's also a way to see if I'm still alive. He chuckles a bit as Cecilia goes, "Really?" Asta goes, It goes with my mana storage and stuff like that. I figured a way to do that. As basically they were very happy because they got something from Asta, right? And he's like, "Damn, I can't do that. That's fucked." So yeah, afterwards, of course, basically Austin, basically started heading to the Magic Knights entrance exam. So yeah. So basically, they would get there and they would walk there again because they they don't want to use a bunch of mana before that, a couple of days even before that, even though they would get rest and stuff like that. They don't want to use a bunch of mana. So they decided to walk there for about half. They probably decided to walk half the way there. During the time, they of course ate really well because of Asta's hunting and stuff like that. His ability to hunt food and all that. Tired. So yeah. It's cold in here. So basically they would get there about like the day before, and well, they had a good time looking around, walking around and stuff and all that. Yeah, so afterwards, of course, you know, and Asta would actually get to the Magic Knight's entrance exam. They would start the entrance exam and all stuff like that. They would, of course, go to the guy first, and well, yeah. They would go to the guy first, and well, yeah, he was like, oh fuck, there's two fucking four-leaf grimoires. Four-leaf clover grimoires in a row. Like, bro. My charger was underneath my chair, bro. What the fuck? So, I'm trying to charge my remote real quick. So, yeah, he, of course, is like, damn, I just have two four-leaf grimoires. That's amazing. Right? But my chair is hella squeaky. But yeah, he was like, cool, I just saw two four-leaf grimoires. That's amazing. That's fucking awesome, bro. So yeah, he basically he told him go in, but he was kind of like really he was pretty disappointed that they were commoners though. They were like fucking lucky bastards. So yeah, he of course was like he was fucking like fucking lucky bastards. Really. With the anti magic birds, they were like, we're gonna stay away from those guys. Those guys get a shit ton of mana. So yeah, so basically the whole thing would start. The whole thing was between Asta and Yami would not happen though. Asta, he was not nervous or anything like that. He was just like sitting there chilling. He's like, I'll just sit here and chill. So with that and all, the first one would happen. It would be the mana control with the flying on a broom. Asta, basically stand on their brooms. They're like, yeah, it was good, bro. It was good. Was naturally better at it. So yeah, Asta, he had to work a little bit more. So yeah, so he was like, he had to work a little bit more on it and stuff like that. So it wasn't like the end of the world and stuff. So he was like, yeah, I just had to work a little bit more. And so yeah, he was basically like, all right, cool. So he worked on it a little bit more, and he got it done, and sorts. So yeah. What else? What else? Um, so basically, I forgot what was the next one. I'm really stuck on the next one. What was the next one? Oh, I'm really stuck on it. Fuck. Well, the next one was the creation. It was creation, I'm pretty sure. So basically, the first test is mana control. The next one's mana manipulation, and then the third one's mana power. Then the fourth one, of course, is the fighting. So it's basically how well you blend the two together in a fight, right? So yeah, let's say so. The next one was creating something out of your mana and stuff. So it's mana manipulation and all that. Asta, of course, he uses ice magic. Of course, he created like a bird out of wind. And he was like, it's not the greatest mana manipulation, but it still works pretty well. The magic max thought, like, it was still pretty good. Asta having a ice magic, and ice is sometimes used for art. So he's like, cool, I got this in the bag. It's even light work. Because he made a literal toy, an actual toy that works for his his younger siblings, right? So he's like, yeah, this is light work. I'll just make a big ass toy. It's like, probably look childish, I guess. Just no. He goes, what can I create? As he goes, I guess I could just make all the captains and the chairs. So basically, he would use his hand. He basically put out his hand as Mono started forming in front of him. The captain's like, he goes, this kid has ice magic. Let's see what we can make out of it, huh? Usually, ice magic is made. Usually is for ice creation magic, right? As it's really good for making like swords and stuff like that. It's really good with creation magic. That's what ice is. Really useful with creation magic. So with Asta, he made a replica of all the captains sitting in the chairs. As all the captains were like, oh wow, that's pretty good detail. So basically, afterwards, yeah. So basically, he got like 100% on that test, of course, because it's Asta and he's a badass. And, yeah, Asta, of course, he passed that one. So basically, be like the power and stuff like that. How strong really is your mana? So they couldn't use spells; they just had to use their pure mana. They couldn't use their grimoire to enhance get better control their mana and stuff like that. That's the whole point. They want to see how talented you really are without your grimoire, and then adding the grimoire adds like a fucking 2 times bonus to how good you could make your mana. So it's like, yeah, let's see which one's the best, right? So basically, he shot a big ass he shot a pretty decent, shot a wind bullet, and it destroyed the rock. I was just like, alright, bet. As Austin basically standing there as he's standing there as it starts getting a little bit colder around him as ice starts forming like underneath his feet and a little bit on his body as well as he would then a pretty big size of a glacier, like a pretty big like ice blast would come from his feet and slam into the boulder. It would just shatter because when it first touched the ice, it froze instantly froze, making it into almost glass. All stuff had to do was basically like do like a little flick to it and it would shatter. So Austin's like, there you go. So basically, like all the captions, like, those two, the 4 leaves, powerful, that's for sure. So yeah, I also was like, yeah, fucking, let's go, bro. So yeah, afterwards, also, of course, is like basically be sitting there and all the names start getting called, right? Oh, by the way, Julius was watching. By the way, of course he was, because he loves magic, and yeah, so he was watching all of it and stuff. So yeah, he of course was watching and all that, and yeah, yeah. So yeah, he's like fucking amazing ice magic, that's for sure, bro. So yeah. So afterwards, yeah, so he's like fucking. They were all really, really impressed. Austin, of course, they were like, yeah. So yeah, Asta, of course, is like fucking cool. As so, of course, he chose well Golden Dawn, and next would be Asta. Asta got all hands raised, of course, but he goes, I would like to go with the Black Bulls. As everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck? He went to the worst squad. So yeah, he was actually asked by Yami's like, why would you join me? And Asta goes, as she actually talks, he goes, well, my dream is to become the Wizard King. And from what I can tell, to become a Wizard King, you need results. So helping out with help becoming probably one. If I become, a main source of stars and stuff for the Black Bulls, that means that is results, isn't it? As he goes, okay then, all right, bet. But basically, yeah. So he's like, all right, cool then. Um, so Asta, after all that would happen, Asta would not have eaten that snake from Julius that was giving it to Asta from Canon. He did not eat it, so he didn't have to go to the bathroom, and he did fight Seke, and Seke got absolutely destroyed. Just Asta didn't even use his grimoire. I just sent ice at him, and it shattered the guy. His dude Seke's like defense and offensive magic spell, right? It shattered it, and well, Seke lost and stuff. So yeah, I forgot. I did not go over that, so I just went over it just a tad. So yeah, Seke, of course, he lost because Seke sucks, and yeah. So with Asta and all that, he was like, "Alright, well, cool, I guess." So afterwards, yeah, he basically met up with Yami, and uh, no, right after he got picked, Yami's like, "All right, we're leaving." As the other magic, imagine that Captain's like, "Why are you leaving?" Because I was only interested in those two. I'll be leaving. Let's go, kid. I was also, yes, sir, I guess. But Yami's like, wait a minute, why do you have that? What's that thing on your face? Asta goes, oh, it's a mask to cover my eye. Goes, is there something wrong with your eye or something? Asta goes, yeah, there's a big old hole in my head that I gotta cover. He goes, oh, cool. Asta goes, thanks, I guess. He goes, you're welcome. He goes, alright, Finn will make a portal. As Gordon was there too, he was all like, yeah, I wonder if you guys can even hear me, but yeah. he was like, a new friend, right? He's like, cool. Um, stuff like that. And so, let me think. So yeah, Asta of course was like, cool. He goes, I'll be. Basically, they would get there, and Yami's like, all right, everybody, shut the hell up, right? As he told everybody, shut the hell up, and they're like, all right, bet, Captain. So with Asta, he's like, all right. He's like, we got a new member. As Magna's like, oh, really? No way. And he goes, introduce yourself, kid. As Asta goes, okay, cool. He goes, my name is Asta, and I thanks for allowing me to become a black bull, I guess. Because I'm not really good at these things and all that, but yeah, just thank you for giving me this opportunity, I guess, and stuff, and please take care of me, I guess. As also goes, as they're like, fucking weirdo. Yami's like, weirdo. Also goes, there's nothing I could have done. I suck at these things. So yeah, they're like, okay, whatever. So afterwards, Magna's like, all right, we gotta do the baptism, bro. What's good? We gotta do the fire, the baptism of fire, bro. What's good? As Austin goes, the baptism of what again? As Yami goes, just go along with it. As Austin goes, okay. As basically they would go outside and they're like, all right, do 3,000 push-ups. Austin goes, 3,000. All right, I guess. As basically he would do it. As he's not really that tired, he goes, so what's next? I guess he goes. Um, you gotta survive one of my attacks. It also goes survive one of your attacks. That seems self-explanatory. What's your magic? He goes, I got fire magic. Also goes, oh, this is gonna be easy. Also, as he's like, that's what you think, right? And it also goes, I do know this is gonna be pretty simple, self-explanatory, and easy to me. Because you guys don't even know my magic yet. Well, you'll see. And he goes, by the way, Magna is it? And Magna goes, what do you want, Rick? He goes, the first time you probably fight someone, I don't think you should just tell them your magic. Now I know how to perfectly counter your magic with mine. As Magnus is like, oh fuck, I just realized. He realized that he actually did fuck up. As Yami goes, oh, this kid, something else, that's for sure. As so yeah, basically Magnus, they would be standing in front of each other around like 30 feet apart. And yeah, so Magnus will go, ready, rookie? As Asta goes, I guess so. As basically, you see Magnus pull his grimoire, as now he has a flaming bat in his hand. Asta goes, a flaming bat? What? What is this? There's fire magic, flaming bat. It's probably gonna be like some fireball, right? He thinks. As he goes, if that's the case, I just need to put up a wall of ice in front of me. I don't have any spells, so I just have to do that with pure mana. Great, here we go. That's basically Asta goes, maybe I should show off a bit. Maybe I should release a big amount of pure mana then. let's go with that. Let's scare the guy. Let's scare them a bit. I mean, that's how I gets tell. See what Captain does to get them to pay attention, right? So basically, everybody was there watching as original and stuff. Even Noel was watching from up in the whole fucking tower thing and stuff. As Austin's basically sitting there with his hands in his like jacket pocket. It's a pullover, by the way, pullover jacket. So he just has his hands in his pockets. As Magnus like, you might want to pull your grimoire for this if you're gonna counter it. Austin goes, I might not. Who knows? As he basically he goes, as Yami, you feel like Asta's ki start rising because Yami uses ki. He uses ki to sense and stuff like that. So he follows ki rising. He goes, oh, what is he doing? Is he just use pure mana? I guess that's a good idea. So yeah, he goes, let's see how this kid do without using his grimoire. He says out loud as Fenrir goes, should I get a portal ready? He goes, I don't think this kid would need it. I don't think he would need it. Because why is that? Because he already fought somebody. Probably fought somebody in the entrance exam. Remember, he didn't use a grimoire. He used just his pure magic power. So I don't see why he won't. I don't see why he won't have a problem with this. But his fucking car won't turn. So yeah. So basically, Yami's just watching as basically Asta. The ground starts freezing underneath him as normal, and his body starts having ice. Ice starts forming all over his body and stuff. As so basically everybody's watching as Luck's like, oh, I want to fight him. I want to fight him. I want to fight him because he can sense the magic power that Asta has. If you didn't know, Luck is a he senses mana really well because lightning magic users are very good at sensing. So yeah. So basically, he's sensing the power that's coming off of him. He goes, I want to fight him. 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 As basically, Magnus would shoot a big old fireball, right? As Asta would basically just use he would just do as much as he did a very large amount of mana and did a huge ice, just a huge ice blast that went straight up. As it's just a huge tower ice standing in front of him as the ball, fireball just not even make a scratch on it. As basically everybody's like, damn. As Magnus goes, I guess you pass. But he a lot of them had their mouths open, like, holy fuck, he did all that without a grimoire. How much mana does this dude have, and how much control over his mana he has? Fuck, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. It's basically that he passes right as Vanessa would basically Yami walks up and goes, good job, kid. It's like you actually show them what a true it's like you actually start showing the squad besides me, that they should start working and training. If they want to become a good squad in the future. As Asta goes, I guess so, but as Asta goes, but who's that? What are those? He goes, hey, Captain Yami. He goes, What is it? He goes, I feel 2 more magic signatures in the base. He goes, oh, you feel okay? Well, you can meet them later. He goes, one of them's another Wookiee, but she's a noble. He says. He also goes, oh, okay. He goes, what about the other one? He goes, as he like leans in and whispers, he goes, nobody knows about it. He actually is the one that controls the base. Asta goes, oh. So he has like, I'm guessing he has like some disease, right? Like some type of thing that, so nobody knows about him because he probably like has like something that could probably absorb mana and it could kill somebody or something like that. She goes, your looks like your guess is, yeah, your guess is spot on. I was also like, oh, all right, cool. He goes, I guess I can meet him. He goes, yeah, you have a big mana pool, so you should be able to meet him. I was, okay, so yeah. Um, Afterwards, Asta basically, Vanessa would basically come up and she's like, all right, so here's your robe. As Asta goes, He goes, hey, Captain. He goes, what is it now? He goes, you think I could just get the signature on this jacket of mine? He goes, sure, whatever. As Vanessa goes, okay, here. As basically just uses her thread magic and just made the Black Bull's, signature on the back of it and on the back of it, and yeah. So basically, he's like, he didn't really want to wear the robe because it feels like it's just extra weight to him. He's like, yeah, I'm good. So, with that, basically, yeah, this is going to be the end of this part and all. So I hope you all have a good day and, well, deuces.